I'm Clyde Lewis, and you're about to listen to a sample of today's Ground Zero show. If you'd like to hear the podcast in its entirety, sign up at aftermath.media. I'm Clyde Lewis, and this is Ground Zero. The number is to call tonight, 503-225-0860. That's 503-225-0860. Coming to you live coast to coast. First show of the new year. We had a long weekend, so we're back. And again, we'd like to thank you for staying with us a full year. Now we're into the new year. This New Year's weekend was a sad one. Not only did we lose America's grandmother, Betty White, which is sad in and of itself, but we lost a dear friend, fellow broadcaster and guest of Ground Zero, Kev Baker. Kev always expressed how grateful he was to be part of the family of great broadcasters seeking the truth. He was one of a kind and was certainly Scotland's finest paranormal investigator and broadcaster. And he's one of the best investigators and reporters of the paranormal out there. And many times he appeared on Ground Zero. He was always a pleasure. He was so gracious and so humble and so fun to just talk to. Great sense of humor. And he was the best. And we're truly going to miss him. Our hearts go out to his family, and we're asking that everyone out there go to our Facebook page, click on the GoFundMe link. His family needs a lot of help. Yeah, Kev, of course, he was making the transition to be on Aftermath.media and Aftermath.fm, and he was too sick to make the move, and he died, and so he wasn't able to work. So his family really needs your help. And we'd like for you to be generous and go to the GoFundMe page. It's on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Ground Zero Radio. And if you remember Kev, if you've followed Kev at all, Kev Baker, he was a great guy, and he really deserves his family deserves a break. They need help, and we're truly grateful for Kev. Prayers go out to his family. Kev Baker passed away after a long battle with COPD. He's survived by his wife, Ann, and son, Kevin Jr. They're left to pick up the pieces and continue his legacy. And due to the fact that Kev wasn't able to work, we'd really appreciate it if you go to his Kev Baker Memorial. And it's been organized by Aftermath's Michael Sherwin. So we'd really appreciate you to go there. And I think Jimmy Jean tomorrow on his show is going to do a tribute as well into the microcosm with Jimmy Jean on Aftermath.fm. You can check out Jimmy Jean's show. He's going to do a tribute to Kev, and many other people. Ryan Gable, who knew him, he was on Fringe FM, many places around the internet where he was broadcasting. So please help. Go to facebook.com/Ground Zero Radio, and be sure to take a look at the link on top with Kev and his family, and be generous and help him, help his family, and help him too. Moving on. This weekend, I tried to take it easy as much as I could because, it's just been hectic with the weather the way it's been. And last night we just got hit with some heavy rain, but just east of us we were hit with a lot of snow, blizzard snow. So it's really funny how we can have microclimates here in the Pacific Northwest and how, on one area we could be, swimming to work, and the other area we could be, having to get the snow shovel out. So I had plenty of time to caffeinate, stay up late, and prepare the show for the new year. And when I do shows, first shows of the new year, I try to put myself ahead a year. I see 2022, and I'm actually doing a show for 2023. Same with 2021. When I did 2021 show, I was actually thinking of 2022. And so I often feel like I need to connect some metaphorical dots. And of course, I see symbolism in the revolution around the sun. Every year, getting older and older, and hopefully I'm getting a little wiser. And, I'm not kidding myself. I mean, I really am thinking about the future. I'm thinking about just how long all of us have on this planet because of the way things are going. It's just, bizarre. I mean, we lost Kev. And again, I was talking about how I've been thinking about my mortality a lot more than usual. And I know that a lot of us, many of us, are hoping for some miracle in 2022. And miracles do happen. We know this. But I see 2022 as a year of judgment. And what I mean by that is that it's going to be a year where power grabs will continue. And that will put a lot of your lives and my life and several others in the crosshairs. Now, it may affect you directly. It may affect you indirectly. It may not even affect you at all. I mean, it's a big planet. Not everybody is affected by someone else's tragedy, someone else's loss. But there's going to be a lot of tragedy and a lot of loss in 2022. And, of course, with that tragedy and loss comes fear. Fear and trauma have been effective tools. And more fear and more trauma is what will seal the deal for the new order. This idea they have for a reset, this idea they have to reboot everything, build back better, as they call it. It will be demanded by people who are unsure of their mortality to have these power grabs and to have these new rules, mandates, and ideas. And there are going to be a lot of people who are going to say we don't need them anymore because we're going to see 2022 be the year where it's going to be obvious that COVID or COVID-19 is going to be on its last legs. But what they're going to do is they're going to create more things to be afraid of and more reasons to lock all the doors and to stay home and to not get together. And it's going to be going on for another 3.5 years. It's just the idea of, not being able to do what you want. And it's going to create rebellion. It's going to be like the roaring 20s of the last century. It just seems to me that this is what is happening. I mean, once they lift the ban on everything, once the masks come off, everybody's going to be going crazy. It's going to be like, well, they say after the plagues of Rome, they'd always end it with wine and orgies. I'm not saying we're going to have wine and orgies, but we certainly are going to be seeing some very interesting times when things start changing. We're going to be going into a whole new world, whole new way of seeing the world. Trauma and fear do that to people. Fear of death, fear of hurt and loss. 2022 is just the beginning. 503-225-0860. That's 503-225-0860. I'm Clyde Lewis. You're listening to Ground Zero, and we'll be back. You just listened to a segment of Ground Zero. If you'd like to hear previous shows along with having access to our online library and social media platform, sign up now at aftermath.media. It's only $10 a month, and there's also yearly specials to fit your budget. Again, go to aftermath.media. I'm Clyde Lewis, and thank you for supporting Ground Zero.